As you may have heard, the movie Backrooms recently released. If you haven't seen it yet, I highly recommend you do so. I went to see it twice, so if you don't end up going, then I went for you. Now I could spend all day talking about the movie, how good it is, all the interesting lore, but instead, we're going to focus on just one specific aspect of it. A really quick music cue that you may have missed.
What the hell was that?
During the scene in which Mary enters the bathroom during a party, you can hear a very faint song playing from the other room. There is a very long and interesting story behind this song. Let's start way back in 2021. The site called What's That Song allows users to upload snippets of unknown music in the hopes that others will identify them. Most of the time, this ends fairly quickly. Sometimes, however, these searches can last months, if not years. User Carl92 uploads a snippet under the title Mid-80s, Bad Quality. Everyone knows that. At first, he remains quite active in the search, giving more details, such as him being based in Spain, the audio being ripped from a DVD, as well as its recording date being 1999. The audio quality of this snippet is less than ideal, as Carl92 mentioned in his description. You can hear some strange rustling noises throughout. Some speculated this was the sound of a crisp packet, or just a recording artifact. The truth, as we'll get to, was much more amusing. The search staggered on, with the occasional lead and breakthrough ultimately going nowhere. Instruments and lyrics were analysed tirelessly, but to no avail. Eventually, Carl92 disappears from the very search he started, never to be seen again. Now, from my perspective, I had followed this search fairly closely. That short snippet absolutely captivated me. In April 2024, I woke up to get ready for work. At the time, I was still smoking cigarettes, so outside I went to begin my morning ritual. I set myself down and took out my phone. One notification in particular made me stand right back up again. All capitals. EKT is found. Heavy NSFW warning. Completely ignoring the warning, I start reading the post. After countless people openly played the song, either on the radio or even to their parents, it turns out this song was written by Christopher St. Booth, and it came from an adult movie entitled Angels of Passion. I won't go into too much detail because I'd like this video to stay uploaded, but what was initially theorized as a crisp packet turned out to be the sound of something else rustling and thumping. If you know, you know. So, EKT has been found. We know the source and the artist. So now what? The search wasn't really over. I, for one, do not wish to listen to the song with such a primal soundscape. Efforts were made to remove these unwanted noises, to varying levels of success. The other main issue, however, was the quality of the recording. Luckily, Christopher St. Booth acknowledged the search and confirmed that more was to come. Through regular Instagram lives, we learned more about the song's origins. Originally from Halifax, the Booth brothers moved to Canada and eventually LA. Here they formed the band Who's Who, a play upon them being identical twins. However, being unable to secure a record deal, they began to license their songs out to adult movies and began taking on odd jobs in the film industry. Now for this video, the notable piece of information is the lack of a master tape for Ulterior Motives. Without this tape, there was absolutely no hope for a clearer sound. Thus began the brothers' search. During the search, the brothers released 5 albums of archival music. The first album included a re-recording of Ulterior Motives to the best of their ability. While I have a lot of love for this version, I hope the original would eventually be found. Now, coming way forward to April 29th, 2026, Christopher St. Booth posts a short clip, Ulterior Motives, 1985 master found. Just like the initial find, this was a huge discovery. The song hit streaming about a week later. Now this is where it gets interesting. BACKROOMS released the same day as the announcement. As we know, the song features in the movie. I'm fairly certain it is the original version. The Cal 92 recording couldn't possibly have been used, for obvious reasons, right? Is it possible the master tape was actually found sooner and shared with the BACKROOMS production? Well, at the moment, we simply don't know. But luckily, we may find out soon. The Booth brothers announced a documentary entitled Ulterior Motives, the story behind the song, which can be pre-ordered from their website, which I will link below. As fascinating and endearing as this story is, I believe it exposes the importance of media preservation as a whole. These days, it's easy to take for granted the instant access we have to just about anything, thanks to the internet. According to the Nemo Science Museum, the internet is very, very big. That's good enough for me, but if you want that as a figure, they put it at 120 zettabytes just in 2023. 1 zettabyte is roughly 900 million terabytes. That's a lot of copies of Angels of Passion. Despite this, there are countless examples of lost media cropping up, from films to games to songs and so on. So no matter how mundane a piece of media may seem, it could even be some horrific commercial or even a brochure, make sure to preserve as much as possible, because we never know when it could be needed or wanted in the future. To make matters worse, this age of generative AI garbage flooding the internet may make lost media searches, such as this one, near impossible. Make sure to celebrate these human expressions of art, both by watching the excellent BACKROOMS movie and listening to the Booth Brothers music.